Hello everybody, I am going to say that I am in shot. I don't know if I'm in shot, I really hope I am. But I won't be in this video for very long, like talking face to face to you. So, today what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to show you all of my unread books on my shelves, because there's two of them. This is not a bookshelf tour, so I won't be going through every single book or like telling you kind of what's on it and things like that. It is simply just me showing you what books I have not read, which will be a good reference for me when I'm trying to pick out my TBR, because sometimes, you know, I forget that there's a book on my shelf that I haven't read and that I could potentially want to read it. So, that is what this book is going to be about, and without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into it because I feel like it's going to be a long video. I will talk to you in a second. So, we're going to start with this shelf here. So, I have actually read most of the books on this shelf. Well, sort of. So, I have not read Amber and Dusk by Lyra Celine. This was an Owl Crate book, so you'll find that that's a common theme, just because a lot of times Owl Crate books, while I'm intrigued by them, I don't typically pick them up right away. So there's that. Then I have all of the Harry Potter books. Well, not all of them. I have multiple copies of the same one, which I have not read. Shocker, shocker. This is Grace and Fury, which I haven't read, by Tracy Banghart. This was another Owl Crate book that is interesting to me, but I just haven't read it yet. Then we have Nemesis by Anna Banks. This was the author of the Siren series, the Siren Legacy, which Serena Legacy, which I really liked, and she had like another fantasy book, so I thought that was interesting. Just haven't read it yet. Romanov by Nadine Brandes is, as the title would suggest, a Romanov sort of kind of retelling. And then the last one on this shelf is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I am actually super excited about reading this. I just have not gotten to it yet. Yeah, I need to read that. Also, if you're wondering why there's a space, it's because there's a missing book, because I'm currently reading it. And that is My Lady Jane by the Lady Janie, so Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. I'm currently reading this. I'm actually really liking it. So yeah. That is all for that shelf. Okay, next shelf is my Sarah J. Maas shelf. I have read every single one of these books except for, I'm gonna say one. The other one I'm in the middle of, so I'm in the middle of Assassin's Blade, if you can, yeah, you can. I'm in the middle of Assassin's Blade here, and I need to read, oh my god, can I get it out? They're kind of jam-packed in here. But I also need to read House of Risen Blood by Sarah J. Maas. Super excited, hoping to start this in the next couple of days. But yeah, those are the only two books on my Sarah J. Maas shelf that I have not read. So we're literally directly below the second one, the first one that we started with. We're gonna go down one more, hang on. We're on my next shelf. This is my first Shadowhunter shelf. I have two of them. So the only book on here, well, there's two. There's two books that I haven't read, but one of them is a flip through kind of book, so I probably won't read that. The first one is Queen of Air and Darkness. I need to read this. I need to do a reread of Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows in order to read Queen of Air and Darkness. But I am planning on reading Queen of Air and Darkness. And then the other one is The Illustrated History of Notable Shadowhunters and Denizens of Downworld, which, like I was saying, is more of a flip-through book. Oh, can you see that? It's more of a flip-through book, and it has all the different Shadowhunters and things, and it's just, you know, an illustrated picture of them. Cute little church there. And, like, a little bit about them. So that one is one that's not really a priority, but everything else I have read on that shelf. Okay, next one. Okay, so I am now on the floor because this is the second from the bottom shelf, and I'm going to point because I can't actually reach them. So, oh my goodness. Let's move Queenie out of the way. So, I have actually read almost none of these. So, Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy is another Cassandra Clare book. This one is a Clockwork Angel, and this is also Clockwork Angel. I'm currently reading those. Haven't read Clockwork Prince or Clockwork Princess. Haven't read Children of Blood and Bone. Why do I have such a hard time saying that? Children of Blood and Bone. Haven't read There Will Come a Darkness. Oh no. Can I reach? Can I reach? I can't reach her. It's okay. Behind Winifred here is Caraval Legendary and Finale. I have read all three of those. I have not read Furyborn by Claire Legrand. I don't know if I ever will, to be honest with you. I have read part of Crooked Kingdom, but not all of Crooked Kingdom. And I have not read The Dark Days Club. That's kind of a mismatch self, but there's a lot of books on there that I have not read. So there's that. Okay, so this bottom shelf is a little hard for me to show you because my tripod does not go that low. So, there's that. But I'm gonna point again. So these two are the Barnes & Noble's, like, classic pretty editions is what I call them. But they're like fairy tales. Those are pretty much flip-through books for me. So I haven't really read those. Haven't read King of Scars yet. Need to do that, but I wanted to finish the Grisha... No, not the Grisha trilogy. I wanted to finish the Six of Crows duology before I read King of Scars. Have not read Gilded Wolves. Not sure if I am ever going to because I've heard mixed reviews about that. Have not read Renegades or We Hunt the Flame. Really excited about We Hunt the Flame. Really excited about Renegades. I started Heartless, but then was not in the mood for it, so technically haven't read that. Haven't started The Diabolical. I started Ace of Shades. Haven't finished it yet. We'll probably have to restart that. That and Heartless are both. I just wasn't in the mood for it. Then we have Crown of Feathers. Haven't read that. Haven't read Glittering Court or actually I started Girls with Paper and Fire, but I didn't finish. I got about 100 pages into it and kind of got bored. I will probably start it again. I just haven't done it yet. So pretty much, no, literally everything in that style pack from here over I have not read. Then over here's a little bit of a different story. So I read Red Queen and Glass Sword. I have not read King's Cage or Warstorm over here. Sorry if this is a bit wobbly. Like I said, don't have access to something that goes this low. So that's all I have to say for that shelf. We're gonna go back up. Okay, so this shelf, we're back at the top. There's Ike. So this shelf I actually have read most of these books. I think there's only 3 on here that I haven't read. Maybe a little bit more. So the first one is Ironflower by Ashley Poston. I read Geekarella by her and I really liked it, so I'm excited to see what a sci-fi book of hers is like. Then there's Once and Future by Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy. This is a gender-bent retelling of Arthur. Then I haven't read These Broken Stars by Megan Spooner and Amy Kaufman, I believe. And that's it for this shelf. I've read everything else. So we're actually doing better than I thought. I've read more books than I thought. Okay, and here is where we go a little bit downhill because there's quite a few books on here that I have not read. Actually, a majority of them I have not read. So I have not read A Darker Shade of Magic by B.E. Schwab. The Tiger at Midnight. I have no idea who the author is, but it was an arc that was gifted to me and I never read it. Oopsies. The Elfstones of Shannara by Terry Brooks. Black Heart by somebody, don't really know. Uprooted by Nomi Novik. Splintered by A.G. Howard. Ever the Hunted by Erin Somerville. And The Witch Song of Shannara by Terry Brooks. these two go together. Don't know why I didn't put them together, but those two go together. I think that one's the first one, that one's the second one. I like the Shannara Chronicles on, I believe it was like MTV they had it on, and they have it on Netflix now. But I liked those books, or the series, and I wanted to read the books. So I have those two. Then I have not read Graceling by Kishtin Kishore. Really want to. Should be up sometime in the near future. Glitter by April Lynn Pike. Because of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. Dracula by Bram Stoker I haven't read. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater I haven't read. Shatter Me by Tara Mafia I haven't read. Onyx and Ivory by somebody Arnett I haven't read. Catching Stars by Kayla Keenan haven't read. Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins, and Everless by Sarah Holland. This I think is the most, this one and actually these three will probably be the ones that have the most books, these next three, unread. But I am planning on reading a large portion of them in the future, so there's that. Okay, this is my contemporary shelf, which, shocker to nobody, will have probably quite a bit of unread books. So, let's start over here. Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch, I have not read. American Rose by Catherine McGee, have not read. Eleanor and Park by Rimbaud Rao, have not read, and might not actually read because I have heard some interesting reviews on that one. The Siren by Kira Cass, have not read. I haven't read A Study, let's see, can you see that? Let's bring it down. A Study in Charlotte by, you can't see that. A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. I have not read this Vendetta series here by Catherine Doyle, have not read. I am interested because I think they'll be like trashy YA, but I haven't read it yet. Haven't read Xmas by Kate Bryan. Might read that for next Christmas. Haven't read All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Haven't read Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Haven't read The Way I Used to Be by somebody Smith, or To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. I need to get on that. Might never read this one. Might never read that one. Need to get on that one. That one I need to read. I need to read American Rose and Love and Gelato. But like I said before, contemporary is not my favorite, so I have lots of unread ones. Fangirl by Rimbaud Rao, will definitely be reading this. I am waiting to read this till I get to like actual living in college, because it's about a girl who is at college, and I thought it would be appropriate if I was like actually at college when I did that. Then From Twinkle with Love is another one that's a Owl Crate book that I have not read. Oh, so is Heart of Iron. And that's it for the ones that I've showed you, I think. Oh no, Ace of Shades was one, Crown of Feathers was an Owl Crate book. We Hunt the Flame. Heartless was an Owl Crate book. These Gilded Wolves was an Owl Crate book. Girls of Paper and Fire was an Owl Crate book. I think that's it. There's more down here though. Gentleman's Guide to Weisenberg 2, haven't read. I do actually want to read that, so that should be coming up soon, and the rest of them I have read. Okay, we're on the next shelf. This is on the floor again, but this is a little more accessible. So, I am pretty sure the large majority, except for maybe one book on here, I have not read. So, I think it'll be easier just to say the book that I have read. I have read Serpent and Dove by Shelby Maharan. The rest of them I have not read. A variety of them are, actually most of them, are Owl Crate books that I have not read, but not all. But yeah, other than Serpent and Dove, the rest of them I have not read. I did start The Fire of the Orange Tree, but I was reading it on audiobook, and the audiobook is not helping me at all to understand anything in the world, so I stopped reading that on audio. I do want to pick it up and read it, but I have the UK paperback up here, and I don't like it when my spines crack, and that is a book that I know my spine is going to crack. Actually, I think it already is cracking. Yeah, it is. So I'm hoping to get the hardcover US copy to rectify that situation so that I can actually read it, because I am really excited about that. So that's that. Okay, so this is the last shelf. This is what I call my miscellaneous shelf. Sorry if you're shaking. This is what I call my miscellaneous shelf because it has miscellaneous books. So I haven't read Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, but I am planning on reading it. So, ain't nothing but a thing. Then I have 1001 Nights, a Harvard classic, like 19 something edition. It's really old. We found this in this like this like old books library that was selling books. So I have that. Then I have not read A Mask of Thieves by Mary Hoffman. This one sounds really interesting. It's actually like a it's like set in Venice, and it's like about time travelers, so it sounds really interesting, so I do want to read that. Then it's The School of Good and Evil by Shibion, something like that. I can't pronounce his name, I'm super sorry. And then the last three that I haven't read on this is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, and The Scorpion Rules by Erin Bow, I think is her name. Yeah, Erin Bow. And then I have my Great British Baking Show cookbooks, which I have read, but I don't think I am yet to make anything out of them, which needs to be rectified immediately. But yeah, that is everything on my shelves that I have not read. I'll show you my face for a second here. Let's see, where can I put you? Put you here. So that is everything on my shelves that I have not read. I don't know if you can see in the background, but oh well. That is all the books that are on my shelves that I have not read. I really want to rectify that because there's quite a lot. I didn't count how many there were, but I'm sure there's probably like 80 or 90. I'll count when I edit the video, and I'll put the number here. I don't know how much that number is going to be, but I hope it's not too many. Oh, I forgot. Okay, forgot one book on this oval. So we have also The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. Have not read that one, so that's another one I need to add to the number. I shall recalculate the number and put it here. So yeah, that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, although it's mostly for me, not really you, but hey, if you got something out of it, great. And I will see you guys in my next one. Oh wait, comment down. Actually, if you have read any of the books that I have not read, please comment down below what you thought of them. Especially the ones that I said I don't think I'm going to read. If you liked them, try and convince me to read them, because I do have them and it just seems like a waste. If you have read any of the ones that I haven't read and you like them or anything, what you thought about them, I would love to know, but no spoilers, please. Like this video if you liked it, and if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. It'd be really appreciated. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye!